It is finally time for the new steal a Brainrot Halloween event. Since I was gooning with the boys, we ended up joining a bit late, but luckily, it was still going on. The first Brainrot I laid eyes on was on a goddamn boat. I ended up snatching him for myself. So far, the event wasn't looking too great, but I wasn't gonna stop there. Suddenly, Sammy decided to spawn a bunch of lucky blocks. It got to the point where I genuinely started believing this might be a modded server, but things didn't stop there. I ended up getting my hands on the new pumpkin lucky block, and one of them had an old mutation called blood rot, which made it even better. Right after that, Sammy put in the new Halloween event, where we had to get our hands on 500 candies in order to spawn even more pumpkin lucky blocks. I started off by knocking on some doors, and to my surprise, some musty, dusty, crusty Brainrot opened the door and handed me a mere 20 candies. At this point, things weren't looking too good, but that's when I opened my inventory and realized I'd been blessed with a shovel. Instantly, I started digging up these graves like I was looking for treasure. It got to the point where my finger started cramping from all the clicking, but it was all worth it. On one of my digs, I ended up digging up a Brainrot, which had me shivering in my boots. I finally reached the goal of 500 candies, so I spawned the pumpkin, and to my surprise, it ended up getting 0 mutations. It was now time to open all the lucky blocks I'd obtained during the event. First up were the admin lucky blocks. I was hopeful on this spin, but I ended up getting nothing worth keeping, so I sold it on the spot. And just when all hope was lost, I ended up getting the 6-7 Brainrot, which I'll give to whoever is subscribed. Then came the taco lucky blocks, which I decided to speed run open, because as you can see, they all ended up garbage. I sold every single one of them faster than my GPA dropped last semester. Then it was time to open Lost Admin lucky blocks. I had high hopes for this one, but just like always, I ended up with nothing good. It was finally time for my first spooky pumpkin lucky block opening. I started off with the gold spooky pumpkin lucky block. Boy oh boy was I furious, because it ended up giving me the most hideous Brainrot known to man. Not all hope was lost, because now it was time to open the final two. First up was the spooky lucky block with no mutations, and just as expected, I ended up getting a quick sale. Now it was down to the final lucky block with the rare blood rot mutation, and just like that, I finally got blessed with a new secret Brainrot which contained the rare blood rot mutation. If any of you want the Brainrots I got today, like, subscribe, and comment your usernames.